And we are back. Today we are continuing on in the Silver Lantern archives with Draconic Ascent, the Rise of Tiamat. Our party has done a little bit since you last saw him, as due to a corruption of a hard drive, I was unable to record our last session. But we have a new player, and things are continuing on. But to catch y'all up with what's been going on, I'll let Torquil tell you what's going on. Torquil, drop it
Let's
like
do
it's
it. Well, last time when we joined in our crazy ass party, we were still running from that massive fuck off dragon. That thing was scary. People were shooting at it. We were bolting our asses out of that cave, and we ran into Xerxes, who was just stumbling upon us as soon as we were running out. We screamed, "Book it!" and head out, or I think we went east, I believe, up up the side into the forest. Shit was going crazy. Crevices were being broken. It was a mad dash to escape until eventually the dragon itself got out, and it booked in the same direction we were going, but just left us behind. I guess it didn't give a fuck about us. We were too small to be even a snack to it. But we eventually made it back to the original campground we were at back before we even came into that area. And understandably tired, we all took a well-deserved rest. Vidar and I believe Luna. No, I don't know if Luna Reddit went. Who went? I remember mentioning it was the people who were most exhausted. Oh, it was Vidar and Nimi, I think, who went out to go search for some food, berries, nuts, that kind of stuff. And they came back and only to find out, oh, Keith has already cooking up some quail. So that was going on, and then the young wormlings, I think they're called. That was a young dragon is
Yep.
Yep.
came back and started setting up a nest for the baby eggs that they got from the cave. What else? Oh, Lunarena finally got dressing down from Nimi.
I'm sorry, what?
A dressing down,
Nimi
talking
went
to.
off
I
on
mean, I won't be
Lunaretta.
opposed to that.
A stern talking to.
Oh, well, that's,
Yeah,
that's not the kind of dressing down I know.
I mean, no. I'm sure Lunarena would have enjoyed that, or possibly that's what they assumed, but no.
they wouldn't have. Because I know the outcome of even if that slightly went in that direction. They wouldn't have enjoyed the
Continuing on.
outcome.
Vidar made jam.
Oh, jam? Yay.
Oh yeah, because they were trying to make juice, but they ended up making jam instead.
Or they made juice. It's one of the two. It's a J word. I don't remember which one. They made
Oh,
whatever
they
they
made.
were trying to make.
They were trying to make juice.
They made juice.
But yeah, Vidar made the juice. Lunaretta got a firm reality smack in the face, and the eggs are cooking. Not cooking, but like you know what I mean. They're in the process of being hatched. That's pretty much all we did last time that I can remember.
Incubated would be the better word.
Incubated. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
But it brings us back to the party. The party is well rested. The dragons have been relaxing. Still no sign of the rest of y'all's crew. And the party was just deciding that it might be a good idea to head back into the danger zone to see what's been going on.
Yeah. That being said, Nimi did let off the flare.
Yes. I think that was
So,
earlier in the day.
I mean, it is early in the day. It's morning. We've just had breakfast.
Fair.
So,
And it was not the dragon eggs.
because we're taking Doot with us. I think it's Doot and Axie. And then Fluffy won't let me leave him here. Won't let me leave her here.
I think y'all were bringing Keith, too. I think
And Keith.
Bonnie's the one remaining behind.
Bonnie and Weisel are remaining behind, as well as the Dragonlings.
Yep. So, the party is once again walking through the forest, hoping this time they don't get ambushed again. What would y'all like to do as y'all walk?
Oh, and I think Fluffy came out of their. Fluffy's no longer in their
Yes, correct.
cast.
Really?
Fluffy has freedom of movement.
Fluffy still has crawled into the bag and is riding shotgun.
That
Yeah.
is fair.
Because their legs are
I'm
short.
gonna need it. I'm going to need a bigger bag one of these days.
Just
Wait. Did we take a long? I'm sorry, Zero.
Yes.
Go ahead.
okay.
You've had a long rest.
Okay. And do we still have inspiring leader on us, or at least at 10 HP?
We
I believe
should,
you
yes.
Yeah, because you
Okay,
just
cool.
bored everybody. And everybody was inspired when you finally shut up.
Yeah.
Has it been 24 hours since Vidar left, or when we left to go? Because Vidar cast good berries, so I'm trying to figure out if they're still active.
Left to go where?
To the first
Oh, from the first
scouting
time?
mission
Yes.
of yeah. Okay, so good berries are gone then.
Yes.
I'm gonna hold off on recasting that so we don't have good berries.
That's okay.
You can see Axie seems a little worried. She keeps glancing back towards the old camp as y'all are going along. Keith is moving on up ahead, keeping track of anything, trying to make sure y'all don't run into anything should something dangerous happen. And Dude's just happily flying through the air.
Fair. Nimi's going to have to continue to speak telepathically, so she's currently talking to Axie and is just going to go, "This was your idea, little one."
Yeah. I don't like the idea of splitting up, though.
I don't either, but someone needs to stay with the eggs.
And Bonnie's tenacious. Best choice, really.
You could have stayed back there with her.
And that would have left you alone.
Have Vidar.
Vidar will perk up at his name and look very confused as to why he's being mentioned.
I think it was mental
This
conversation.
is mental conversation.
Oh,
I
I'm
believe
sorry.
you can hear Axie's side of it, but not Nimi's.
Oh yeah, you can hear Axie's side of it.
Yeah, but that was not his name, so
Yeah.
he's not paying attention.
So yeah, so I would have a Vidar.
She gives a side eye. To Vidar. But she doesn't say anything further.
I was gonna say, I don't think he noticed the side eye.
Probably not. But
With that thing being back, the more people around you, the better.
Nimi goes to go ask her what she means, and then turns and looks at the deer that is back.
The deer's looking at you, just like, fucking what, bitch? Say
Just
something. I
like-
dare you. See what happens.
Nimmy mentally tells it to go fuck off.
Fuck you. It seems to say with its eyes.
Glare at it.
It glares back.
You know, deers have 3 toes. I think they could actually flip a person off.
Lunaretta, your
Hmm.
drama sense is going off. There's drama somewhere.
You're just gonna see Lunaretta start sniffing the air and is that tea I sent that has yet to be fully spilt?
And you turn around and see a glare down between the deer and Nimmy.
Hold on, what are you talking about, you daffy lass?
As well,
It's
Fluffy has seen what Nimmy's doing and is also giving the evil eye to the deer. Keeps looking up at Nimmy, making sure that's still what we're doing. It's just
Uh,
a little
Nimmy is
head
still
poking out of the
glaring.
box.
Nimmy, Deerheart, and that's deer with an A, not the stag kind. Are you two in something of a tiff that you would like to share with the class, as it were?
Looks at Lunaretta, and at this point, I'm assuming that minus Keith, all of us are pretty much within 30 feet of each other. So everyone just hears in their heads at this point. I love Vidar. But in everyone's head, you just get a Lunaretta. The last time it was here, I almost killed you all. Yes, I'm in a glare down with it. It can fuck off. And it can hear me as well.
Should we? I can our little friend understand all of us, or is it just you?
I don't know. It's not my friend. It's a
Hmm.
babysitter.
I can't say I think of that thing in friendly terms.
Again, it's a babysitter.
Kind of babysitter makes you go into a rage that makes you able to throw a guy like me across a goddamn field.
Well, depending on how you look at it, either a very good or very terrible babysitter.
Lunaretta, you almost died.
Yes, but I'm still here smiling, aren't I?
Oh, if only.
Nimmy just looks at Lunaretta like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, obviously, I don't have any ill will towards you, but
I was
the same as
possessed. I understand why you don't, but I'd also understand why you did.
I mean, I mostly just uh roll with the punches, as it were. Besides, I don't really intend on dying in the field of battle. If I am going out, it's gonna be with a lot of liquor and in the deepest and darkest hole imaginable.
Vidar's going to tilt his head and go, I would imagine you'd want to go in like a club or something. Not in like the hole in like the wilderness or something.
I don't think, Vidar, buddy. I don't think that's what they meant.
Nimmy just gives, and everyone but Axie hears this. 16-year-old, watch your mouths.
Vidar's gonna tilt his head, being confused even more.
Nimmy's gonna send another one around going, Vidar now counts with the 16-year-old.
Regardless, are we safe to discuss our honest, open opinions around our horned friend?
It'd be no different than you saying them in front of me, I would assume.
Okay, well, can you? I don't know. Could one of us kindly tell this fucker to fuck off? if he's being a little shitheel.
I'm pretty sure Nimby has already said that like 20 times, even without us even hearing it.
But have we tried it?
I would rather you not piss it off.
Hey, last time shit, not shit. Fuck, I can't remember his name without
Ruben.
actually thinking.
Ruben?
Thank you. Yeah, last time Ruben pissed it off. Again, I was thrown into a goddamn wall, 100 feet away. I don't need this thing pissed off again.
Fair enough. I'm gonna be looking at the little deer thing. Does it seem to be following our conversation at all, or is it
Oh,
still
it's-
just staring at?
Has not acknowledged you in the slightest.
Hmm.
Does not seem to give a fuck.
Well, maybe I don't know. Do us all a favor and perhaps tell him to simply just stop being a creepy little fucker. If he's gonna be hanging with us for a while.
Nimi is going to stop and look at you, and then look at the deer, and in a very rough voice that sounds like she's talking around glass,
The moment
tells
you
it,
start trying to talk, it rushes up, jumps in the air, and headbutts the fuck out of you.
Vidar is going to squeak in concern and try and run up to Nemi and check on her.
Nimi's gonna spit blood on the ground.
And Vidar will squeak even more.
Her throat fucked.
Alright,
Stares
so
at you.
let's
Seriously.
let's make a rule here. No more Nimmy talking until she's fully healed, okay?
You see the deer nod.
The wee bit of venison agrees.
Oh, you don't have an opinion, but I do agree with that. Yes.
And Nimi's just gonna scrunch her nose and continue walking.
Axie is glaring daggers at this fucking deer. She's not happy about it.
I'm with Axie on this. I think this is the first time that I've had a legitimate vendetta with an animal.
This
Oh,
is the
you're-
first pet you don't want.
Oh, you're not alone. If it ever becomes possible, Torko is going to make this guy venison. He's going to enjoy some nice venison.
Just
Oh, I
remember,
was just gonna eat it
she's
raw.
not a full deer. Like a foot tall.
I said a nice bit.
Not only that, but the fact that it's a familiar is also an issue because the moment it dies, it goes poof.
I will
That'll be
find a
bad.
way. I will go. Torko will go to whatever plane this thing exists on and cook it. He'll deep fry it like a turkey.
But Nimi's gonna pull out Fluffy and just like as we're walking, just pulls Fluffy into her arms and is just petting them.
Happy
Emo-
owl bear noises.
Emotional support pet.
It
It's
nips
my
your hand.
emotional support.
It speaks a little sharp. Cuts your hand, but it doesn't seem to be trying to hurt you.
Oh yeah, it's like a cat, just an owl bear. So Nimi shakes her hand off and staunches the bleeding, but gives pets.
Happy owl bear noises. What does Xerxes think of this conversation?
Oh dear. That's all I got to say.
Down.
True.
I don't know how to feel about this deer.
That's fair. Most people don't.
Oh, I know exactly how to feel.
But is there anything else you would like to do on the way?
I'm just gonna continue to glare at the deer.
And after a good long walk, y'all do eventually find what you're pretty sure is the ruins of the old campsite. But that's mostly because all the trees in the areas have fallen down and all the earth is very disturbed. Everything has effectively turned into what looks like this strange mining quarry where everything has collapsed, everything is broken up. It's really desecrated at this point.
Orkle is making like as light of steps as he can, and he's going to speak out. Uh, fellows, are you sure it's a good idea to be here? This ground don't look stable.
Vidar's gonna try and jump around and just start like digging in random areas that look like it's potentially has something interesting underneath. Trying to avoid any unstable areas.
As he has turned into a God, what are they called?
Mole?
No.
My brain first went to hunting dog.
Truffle pig?
Niffler.
A
What?
niffler.
Oh,
A niffler.
Fuck's a niffler.
Harry
Yeah.
Potter. They
D-
throw around
Oh,
called.
Chinese.
I thought
Yeah.
you said like Nibbler from like Futurama, but yes, I love the.
I mean, very close
Yeah.
in appearance.
Oh, it's a little
Yeah.
platypus looking fucker. Oh,
Yeah,
it's from those fucking how to find your Pokemons. Okay.
I mean,
What?
it first appeared in Harry Potter, but yes, it was in not How to Train Your Dragon. Fantastic.
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
you
But
combine two completely different things there.
Yeah,
How to
no,
train
so
your Pokemon?
because he was thinking he was thinking Pokemon, and I'm sitting here going, How to Train Your Pokemon, and I'm like, that's How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like, that's also not right.
Is this the secrets of Dumbledore? What, that he's gay? That's out in the open. Anyway.
Continuing on to get away from Dumbledore's gayness, not because he's gay, but because that movie was terrible.
No one can escape it.
But
anywho,
yeah, Vidar is off being a niffler. What's the rest of the party up to? I think Torque still has Bonnie's mining gear.
yeah, Nimmy's got a shovel. Hand and Axie her shovel. Picking the spot relatively of where Nimmy thinks that was where that last fight was, and is gonna start digging in that area.
Okay. You start looking around. It's hard to really tell where you are in comparison. So you just pick a likely spot and try to dig as even the the cliff sides have completely crumbled in. So you've got this massive, just kind of incline that you're trying to work on. And after a little bit, Vidar, you see something appear in front of you. Not from the ground.
What do I
but
see?
Keith has arrived
Oh, Keith.
as he is waving to get your attention.
Vidar will go over to Keith.
He's standing next to you, so you don't have to
Oh,
go.
okay. Okay.
He doesn't have a tongue, so he can't get your attention by speaking.
That is fair.
Someone get this man a sketch
Yeah.
pad. Or
Vidar will show that he's listening to try and figure out what Keith is trying to get his attention for. Why can I not speak?
You see, he points out across the destroyed land.
Is there anything in particular that stands out?
Once you look, you see on the edge small bits of movement just around what looks like a corner.
Oh.
It's probably about 400 yards away from where you are.
Vidar will try and get everyone else's attention as well
How are
and
you
point
gonna do
it
it?
out.
Loudly?
That
quietly.
How
Himbo-ish?
close is Nemi to Vidar?
They're probably within 100 feet of each other. They probably aren't too far away.
Yeah,
Could
Nemi
a
stayed relatively close.
could a normal speaking volume reach Nemi, or would he have to speak a bit louder?
For 100 feet, Whisper's
Yeah.
not going to get there.
That I said normal, not whisper.
Whisper
You could
probably.
also just walk
no.
over to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But would Vidar think about that? That's where I was going with that.
Knowing
Fair enough.
Vidar, no.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if normal volume would work, or if he has to yell.
He'd have to yell. It might be a low yell, but still be a yell.
All right. In which case, Vidar actually is going to try and mimic the call of an owl bear to see if that can get Nemi's attention, or at least Fluffy's attention, to get Nemi's attention.
Roll me a nature check.
I am going to give advantage via.
Gonna need nature check and then a performance.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no, I have disadvantage. I'm gonna do nature advantage on the nature, making it flat.
What do you have
No,
disadvantage
I'm going
from?
exhaustion. I have a level of exhaustion.
After the long rest?
They
I had
had
two
two.
levels.
Ah, yeah, that sucks.
Yes. Yeah. I will do the nature check at disadvantage and then give myself advantage to do flat performance.
Gotcha.
Hello. There we go.
Okay, you got a pretty good, a decent idea what an owl bear sounds like when it's trying to murder somebody.
Right. Please, I have a -1. An
Nemi,
8.
you hear this loud.
I mean, would everyone hear that and,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and be confused as to why Vidar is making such a weird sound that they have never
Yeah,
made before?
Nimi's gonna put Nimi's gonna put the shovel on her back. Is Fluffy near me? I assume
Yeah.
Fluffy is near me.
Fluffy's in their bag.
I'm going. Okay, Fluffy's in my. Okay, so I'm gonna walk over to the door. And yet, what is Keith's response as I'm walking over there?
He is just stunned looking at him like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so Nimi's gonna go walk over and just mentally go, Vidar, if you needed my attention, you could have just came and got me.
You can kind of recognize it as an attempt at an owl bear screech, but something got caught in Vidar's throat.
They choked on their
Like,
spit.
yeah, like, did you want to hold Fluffy? You can hold Fluffy, and like pulls Fluffy out and hands Fluffy to you.
He will Fluffy, but he will. I'm sorry,
Fluffy
I'm
has now
laughing so
curled
much.
up and on themselves to lope, and Vidar suddenly looks like an evil villain with their white cat.
I love it. Vidar will go, I was trying to get your attention inconspicuously so that I could point out what Keith showed me, as he points to the movement that Keith showed him.
You see the
Okay.
movement has stopped, as you don't see it anymore.
Yeah. Before Nimi turns and looks, she's going to just pat Vidar on the head, pat Fluffy on the head, and step towards Keith in such a way that, basically so that she can see it, but it not be obvious that she's looking.
Oh, you
Um,
don't have to be subtle about it, because when you're looking over there, just like, I'm trying to be subtle, you see a bear lean out from around the corner, just half of its face, to look around. There's this
It's
big fuck off brown bear over there. Just kind of Scooby Dooing his way around the corner.
Do we recognize the brown bear?
I mean, you only see half his face at like 4 football fields out, so no. There's just a bear.
I'm going to go test. I'm going to hand Keith paper and go, is that one of ours?
He shrugs. He's been over with y'all. He just saw the movement and warned somebody.
Demi's going to head over in that direction.
Torquil, you see Nimmy marching over to a bear who is Scooby-Dooing a corner.
Orko's gonna follow behind, hand on the handle of his greatsword. Nibby, what the hell? Why are you approaching the bear?
Because it might be a druid.
Who was it who cast speak with animals on the owl bear back a while ago?
He was Vidar.
It probably was Deimos, but Vidar does have speak with animals.
Yes, it was Deimos. It was before they left.
Vidar will actually look at Nemi and go, should I follow or should I stay behind?
You get a come hither.
And he will trot along happily.
Doot is riding on Vidar's head. Vidar has horns, doesn't he?
Yes. Tiny horns, but still horns.
Doot is curled around one of the horns.
Yeah.
Vidar got both the cute animals.
What's
Vidar
Loretta
got
and
Disney
Xerxes up to?
princess vibes. Oh.
Uh,
I don't care. I'll throw you both under the bus.
Let's see. I mean, like, how close would we be to them?
well, that's what I was wondering. I was
Or
wondering if I
football.
could see.
Well, y'all are still close to Nimmy and all of them. All y'all would still be relatively close. Lunaretta would
Okay.
want to manage the work so they don't have to do anything. Xerxes doesn't know what's going on, so he's just here. Probably.
I imagine she'd be like filing her nails and then would just sort of notice off the corner of her eye that like they're chatting about something important and just sort of like,
Interject themselves.
oh my god, so they're having a conversation without me as a sole subject? No, 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 cannot have that. As she'll just be strutting on over and would just sort of like nonchalantly like very softly edge elbow Vidar with their
Oh.
elbow and say,
You see Fluffy tries to smack your head. She's like, no.
oh, come now, it was just a little nudge. Besides, why are we looking at this wilderness? Because I'm assuming they're like looking at something, right?
They're
I believe it
walking
was a
towards
bear.
the bear. The bear has since gone back behind the corner.
Is this she's gonna be whispering towards Vidar, is this a new animal our friend would like to collect, or is this a potential mauling we're trying to avoid?
There is a legit pause from Vidar before he goes, I think we're trying to figure out if it's like a druid or an actual bear.
Ah, yes, a druid. I mean, we could always just ask him. If he says anything more or does anything that isn't, oh, I don't know, bear-like, then we would know for certain, wouldn't we?
Yes, I think that was our plan. We just, you know.
Put it this way, once Nimmy gets within 30 feet of it, she is just going to mentally ask it if it is a druid.
You see it is around the corner, sitting next to a big keg. Not entirely
sorry.
sure
There's
where this keg went.
Aether. There's Aether.
You see
Oh,
the bear
are-
wave with one of its big paws.
all right, well, I suppose that answers that.
Nimmy's gonna go, can you come help us dig, Aether?
You see they point at the wall they're sitting next to.
Looks at it.
There is a break in the wall. It looks like a crevice was opened into the side of it into the rubble.
How big?
Yeah.
Decently sized, not enough for a bear's butt, but everybody else would be able to get through.
Even Vidar and Torquil could get through?
Yep.
Okay. Vidar is going to walk through there, honestly probably forgetting that he's still holding Fluffy.
Torkel will grab you by your collar, like, hold up there, big fella.
I feel like Vidar would fall on his butt with that, even if that wasn't Torquil's intention.
No, I'd hold you up. Like you would it looks so ridiculous too. Like you would probably just be like hanging there by the scruff of your shirt.
He's gone practically limp, but still somehow holding Fluffy so Fluffy doesn't fall.
I'll take Fluffy from you and
He goes fully limp at that.
puts Fluffy in my bag.
Happy fluffy noises as they wiggle around in the bag, so their body sinks into the bag while their head is just halfway out. Look, its eyes looking over the edge of the bag.
Torkel
You
sits
know,
the arm
with
back.
how often I am carrying this fucking owl bear, I'm gonna start arguing that eventually I'm gonna gain 1 in strength.
Should we perhaps ask our uh fluffy, not that fluffy, but the big fluffy friend, what it is that they intend for us to investigate? Is it a potentially dangerous?
I mean, it goes into the rubble, which is where we need to go. So,
Anybody got a torch? Actually, do I have a torch?
can you
I
not
do.
see in the dark?
No, I can't see in the dark.
Imagine not having dark vision.
I
Vidar
know,
also
right?
cannot see in the dark.
And neither can
Right?
Ruben, I don't think.
No, I
Does
think
Ruben
Ruben
not?
can.
Oh no,
Ruben?
Ruben's the one that
No.
could. He was leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruben was riding around on my shoulders, leading me around.
It is Torquil,
Axie.
Axie, and Vidar. But Axie has produced flame.
And Torkel has torches. So Torkel is going to pull out a torch and light it up.
Before you
And
can,
kinda-
Axie's gonna snap her fingers and it bursts into flames.
Oh, Michaelos.
There's a nod from her.
And Torkel will stick his head in, arm first with the torch lit, trying to look around inside the crevasse.
The crevice is a bit narrow, so you'd have to squeeze through it, but you can definitely get through it. It looks like it keeps going back at an angle going deeper into the earth.
Uh-huh.
So tight fit along with and angled down.
Mm-hmm. It looks
This-
like after you get through the wall, it expands. But there's a small crack here that goes maybe 10 feet, and then it looks like it widens out.
Watch your footing in here. It's a little bit. It's got a little bit of an angle. And Torkel kind of like sucks in his gut. Not really a gut, but more like a.
His abs.
No, he doesn't have abs. It's more like he's more dad bod.
Oh.
Oh, he
what
does
his-
fuck in his gut.
tummy.
Yeah, I got. So Torkel sucks it in and starts inching his way in.
Fair. What's the rest of the party doing? You all see Aether the bear is still sitting out there with her keg.
I'm presuming that Torquil has put Vidar down, correct?
Yeah, I forgot completely to say that I was going to set you back on your feet.
Yeah, Vidar is going to follow Torquil without any other anything else. He wants to explore the cave.
Explore the crevasse.
Nimi's going to specifically to Aether telepathically ask, do you want to change into something smaller so you can go in with us? Warning, the Cretan's back, and looks at the deer.
You hear a drunken slur respond in your mind. I'm on watch. I am stuck like this and my butt is too big.
You stay here, Aether. You're drunk as fuck.
Yeah. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, Aether.
Okay.
Nimi's gonna look at the deer and just telepathically go, "Can you be on watch with them as they're obviously drunk?"
They continue to watch you.
Throws her hands up and goes into the hole.
It doesn't follow.
Into the hole you go.
Nimi's gonna look. Don't hurt them.
It
And then continue.
stares.
I'm gonna continue to go down.
Fair. What about the rest of the party? Lunar, it looks very dirty in there.
Lunaretta's gonna be looking at the at the you described it as like a crevice opening up, right?
Yep.
Well, I is Axie already inside?
Yeah, I actually went in behind Nimi.
Okay.
The deer is still out here, though.
That's fine. Okay,
Aggressively
to the deer
staring
den.
at the crevice. It's you, Xerxes. It's you and Xerxes. Keith already went in too.
Well, looking at Xerxes as well as a deer, Lunaretta will just say with a very awkward smirk, "Well, I suppose you could say I am no stranger to spelunking, if you catch my meaning." And she's gonna awkwardly elbow Xerxes and go into the hole.
As you're going to go, you see the bear hand you a large mug of ale.
And usually, while spelunking, it does come with alcohol as well. So thank you. And she will be backing up into the cave.
Away from the bear that gave you alcohol. Xerxes, what about you? What you gonna do?
I weirdly look at the bear and then follow in.
Fair enough. That brings the entire party into this dark room. The flames of the torch flicker, casting long shadows over everything. Axie has summoned another small ball of fire into her hand that she is holding as a torch for herself to make sure things are lit up. It looks like this used to be some just kind of large space under the rock. You're kind of surprised it didn't collapse everything else, but there's a chance that's what caused the opening here. And you can see it leads spiraling down into the darkness. You're looking at maybe a 30-degree angle. So it's pretty steep.
Thank you, spider climb. We're gonna scuttle down.
How deep did you say the fall was?
It's not a fall, it's just a 30-degree angle.
Oh, okay.
My dex is not the worst, but it's not the best. So
Torkel is gonna pull out his hand axes and use them as kind of like brakes as he slides down.
That's going to make them unusable. You know that, right?
I rarely use them. I can get more.
Because straight up, it's
I
just going to
can.
destroy the blades.
Would you like a pitten?
Or, you know,
You
one of
have.
the pickaxes you're holding?
Oh right, I have pickaxes. Sorry, I never added them to my bag. So
Yeah, there's a couple pickaxes that the party has. It's not bad enough that you really need to slide, but if you slip, you're going to take a tumble.
yeah. So, but with when Nimi mentions the pit, and Torkel will ask for it and hammer it in a safety line, basically.
Nami will give it to you because she has climbing gear.
Yeah. So we'll set up a safety line and start sliding down with a hand on the rope.
So are you boot scooching down this cliff, this incline?
Yes.
By the way, to show you the degree, that's a bad. We'll go with a bright blue. So you see that? That
Yeah.
would be a 90-degree angle. You're looking probably at something like that.
Oh,
Most definitely just gonna walk down that.
yeah.
Maybe
I-
a
I-
little bit worse. Because that's 40 to 5, so you're looking maybe like that.
Oh,
okay, so you know, I'm still gonna hammer in the safety line, but instead of split scooch, I'm gonna goat walk it. Like when they like do sideways walk
Yeah.
down a cliff. It's a lot more stable.
You can
you
see
crave that mineral.
Axie is on the side, one hand still holding her flame, the other pressed against the wall to give her stability as she's walking along.
Vidar's just gonna gut her down.
I need acrobatics checks from everybody heading down the incline.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Do I get advantage for my good placement of foot?
Yeah.
Acrobatics.
How am I speaking that I am like
You're
actively
stuck to it,
cleaning
you're
up?
fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just
I didn't say Vidar did anything, so
son
it's
of a
probably
bitch.
disadvantage.
Vidar is actually doing fine. Lunaretta, on the other hand, you'll hear a crash. As Lunaretta fucking eats it after stepping on a rock, rolling their ankle, and turning into Sonic the Hedgehog.
I was about to say, I think Lunaretta, behind everyone, they would just hear Lunaretta go, "Hey, watch me do a flip." Ah, fuck.
Especially since Lunaretta was the last one in the group. So
I think
Same for
Xerxes might
Xerxes.
have been behind me.
same
Yeah.
for Xerxes.
There's also a mug of ale that goes flying.
Ah, no, the god scepter.
Orko sits there and did someone just waste perfectly good meat?
Vidar's gonna scuttle over to Lunaretta and just
Oh no, they went
offer.
past.
Oh, they
They're
did.
still
Well,
going. Have y'all ever
I'm
seen the
ragdolling
cheese?
down the fucking ramp.
Have y'all ever seen the cheese roll in England,
Yes.
no.
Not the cheese roll.
where they roll a wheel of cheese down the hill and people roll after it trying to catch it?
I've
Oh.
seen that.
Same thing's happened to Lunaretta right now. She's going ass over tea kettle, just off into the dark. Y'all lose track of her very quickly.
Ow, ow, fuck, shit, ow, ow, bitch, fuck.
Vidar is going to
Well,
follow after Lunaretta.
yeah, Nimi's gonna scuttle down the wall and somewhat try and keep up. But
You're
I'm
not. They're gone.
Oh, I know I'm not. I'm moving at 35 even at dash.
You can hear the crashes. And it takes a little while, but y'all do find Lunaretta crashed into a wall. Lunaretta, you've taken 15 damage.
Dang.
Oh, dang.
It did just fall down a hill.
That is
Yeah.
valid.
Made of stone.
What? Did you not see the safety rope?
When
You
Vidar
said
makes
15?
when Vidar makes it to Lunaretta, he's just gonna hold out like both of his hands to like offer for her to help pick her up or something. It also can definitely look like he's offering to Princess carry Lunaretta.
Thank you. And she'll try to roll into your arms.
He'll look a little confused because he wasn't fully meaning Princess Carrie this time, but he's not going to say no.
As this extra bitch just falls into your arms, Vidar.
Above table, I purposely wanted it to be phrased to where Lunaretta would make that mistake, and it happened though.
Oh, so you wanted me to fall on my fucking face.
No, I wanted Vidar to Princess carry Lunaretta unintentionally.
As you'll continue down, it gets darker and darker, the air turning chilly. And you seem to be in this winding path until, after about half an hour going down, you find a group of people as there's lights up ahead. As you can vaguely hear the echo of voices echoing down the hall towards you.
Can we make out anything that the voices are saying?
No, not at this distance.
You said it was around the corner, right?
Yeah, it's deep down there. You see that there's light coming up towards you, and you can hear that there are voices, but you aren't close enough yet that you understand what they're saying.
Torque will
Nimmy.
turn. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Nimmy will just telepathically ask everyone, "Do you want me to stealth ahead?"
I can send an imp who has invisibility.
You get hit in
That's
the
about-
side of the head by a peanut, Xerxes. Everybody sees the peanut, but not where it came from.
In your
I
condition,
also
Good at
can.
scouting.
I was gonna say I can also see through this imp, like I can perceive through them.
Nimby, Torque will say, Nimby, in your condition, you really think that's a good idea?
I mean, that'd be another thing is like if the imp got attacked, it's like
He's
I
just
could
gonna
just summon
bitch
him
at you.
back. I was gonna say I could just summon him back. So
I mean, you're more than welcome to do it.
I was just figured I would discuss with the group first, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that then.
And Torque will is there any way to extinguish the torch without pain? Or does anyone here have like control of flame or anything?
Axie snaps her fingers and it goes out.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks, boss.
Yes, Axie does. So you see Bale. You'll hear him. Well, Xerxes does anyway. Grumble as he's going off down the thing. What would y'all like to do while he's off on his little adventure?
Don't we have anything? Let's see.
I'm gonna grab another pudding cup for Maxie.
Could I do a very quick healing word on myself that's not that loud?
Yeah, well, that's gonna be. It's gonna echo because you're casting.
Yeah, nothing. Let's avoid any vocal.
Yeah, yeah.
spells.
Actually, does it use vocal? Let me see.
Um,
It does. It does. All right.
Nemi currently has 2 levels of exhaustion, which gives half movement, right?
You think I only have 2?
I thought they
I'm
were at
at
4.
3.
We had a long rest though. Wouldn't you have lost one?
I was at 4.
Oh,
So many levels
Yeah.
of exhaustion.
then I need to put
Hey.
that token on
What
my
did you
end.
go through?
And you wanted to go scouting with your disadvantage on ability checks.
That's a
Well-
level 1. I have advantage on stealth checks, so it would have just been normal.
Vidar is going to cast Long Strider from his once daily use with
Wait.
his rune.
That's verbal.
Avoid the vocal components. It echoes.
Oh shit. Damn, is it too late?
Yeah, you can say they can just grab you and go, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Too many people forget about the vocal.
Yes, they do.
You know what? Since this is I'll be right back too. I got it.
All right, then we'll take a short 12-minute break. We'll be back at the 30-minute mark. See y'all soon. And we're back. So, y'all can hear the sound ahead of y'all somewhere. What does the party want to do?
We're waiting for the imp to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what are y'all doing while the imp is off doing its thing?
Being quiet.
Being
Is the rest of the party being quiet? Or is
Ah,
Lunaretta in the back putting on a drum solo? Lunaretta?
Yes.
You're going.
I mean, like, what is it? Sorry, I think last we left, or last I remember, before you took our break, was that I just recovered from a fall, and then we were planning on just waiting on an imp to scout things out, right?
Correct. And are you doing a drum solo while this is going on?
No.
Good. You never know with Lunaretta.
Vidar's
Listen,
already been.
I'm horny, not stupid.
In Vidar? You were
I
saying?
was gonna say, Vidar has already been told to be quiet multiple times.
It takes about 5 minutes before Xerxes, you hear Bale come back. Well, there's some armed people down there.
How many?
Let me count. You're looking at least 4.
At least 4.
Yeah.
But
At
like
least
how
for
many?
what?
How many more than
Do
4?
note this is in Bale's mind. Bale's speaking telepathically to Xerxes.
Okay.
I think it was just 4.
Okay.
Most of them were pretty
Well,
small. Well, there was one big motherfucker.
I'm gonna turn to everyone else and relay this information. What do you guys think we should do?
You
Torkel
said he thinks there's 4?
Yeah.
There was another voice, but I didn't hear. I didn't see where it was coming from. They're investigating some kind of circle. Looks as if it could be a door of some kind.
Do we want to approach this violently or non-violently?
I mean, what do they look like? Depending on what exactly they were wearing, we may be able to place their allegiance.
That's a good question.
Goblins
I
mostly.
ask Bale. Goblins? Ew.
Hmm. Actually, has Leonardo even? Yeah. Did no way she didn't get enslaved by them. Hmm. I mean, have you lot had any recent problems with goblins? We've mostly been dealing with kobolds.
Nimi's gonna give a description of what a kobold looks like and ask if that's what he saw.
Yeah, there was one of those in there.
Just one.
Yeah. He says to Xerxes.
Hmm. I don't know. It's up to you all.
You gonna inform the party of what he said?
Oh, well, yeah, obviously. I was kind of just like, I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty obvious. I was relaying everything at this point.
Fair.
No, I'm gonna withstand this tiny bit of information. They don't need to know this part.
I have had players do that in the past, so I have to
Nah,
make sure.
I was gonna say that is true. That's valid. Like I said, it's up to y'all. They seem, I don't know.
Hmm. I mean, if
I
they're gathered up in a circle, it may be some sort of ritual, and those don't exactly end well.
That is what I was thinking.
It's on the ceiling, not the ceiling. It's on the wall.
Oh, I was gonna say that's pretty weird to be
Hmm.
on the ceiling.
Wall. That's what I was looking for.
Well, yeah, it's just yeah.
Who's adept in Arcana besides the one that can't see in the dark?
Hmm. I may know a small smidgen or two if I had a given number to it. It might have been. You might even say I have a +2 to it.
I have a +3 in Arcana.
Are
Uh,
either one of you proficient?
I'm proficient,
Nope.
I think.
It looks like it's you.
one second. There's something I don't remember. Magic awareness.
Ooh.
I think it only lets you sense magic, not understand it.
But if there's a spell or some kind of ritual going on back there, I would be able to sense it.
Roll the ability.
Yeah.
Within 60 feet, they're still like 100 feet away.
Quick
Hmm.
question: how far back up would I need to go to be able to cast a verbal spell without it being an issue?
You probably want to go back up near the entrance to be absolutely sure. It's not too far away, just about 5-10 minutes.
Nimi says I'll be right back and goes back up.
Hmm.
I am going to go up just far enough that I can cast invisibility. And I'm going down myself.
Hmm. Now that I think about it, Torquil, there was this nifty trick I learned about in that I could tap one of you so that you could become invisible, but we would need to go up as well. I don't know if Nimi has any plans similar to that, but
If you turned one of us invisible, who would it be?
well, preferably someone who has some keen understanding of these things, or hmm. I mean, it was just a thought.
Couldn't I? Hmm. Hold on, I'm thinking.
I love it when people do that.
I'm sorry, I had this thought pop in my head as a joke, so Vidar is actually going to ask it. After a few moments of thinking, Vidar is going to look at Lunaretta with full seriousness and ask, if I turn invisible, does that mean I can no longer see myself?
You know what? That's quite the philosophical question, don't you think? Like, what exactly is the self? And, you know, she's gonna be droning on and until, like, she just
Vid-
aptly confuses Vidar.
Vidar's brain starts to blue screen and his face shows it.
Like, are we ever really perceiving ourselves? Like, when we look in the mirror, are we trusting in our reflection to be a proper representation of our actual person?
Vidar goes and like does the one arm holding himself on the wall and like leaning his forehead against it, going,
What is
am
the
I really
existence?
me? What is me? What is anything?
Like, is
Lunar,
my red the same as your red? My red could be your white, perhaps.
I come back to.
Lunaretta, why are you making Vidar question everything in existence?
She's just gonna give a cheeky little smile and then shrug.
This is the conversation I come back to.
Ah, it's sort of like the Misty Step argument, you know? When you disappear into mist and then you reform, is it truly yourself? Can you trust that those memories are your own and not transplanted?
Vidar's gonna start muttering. Um, I can temporarily make myself look like another, but does that mean that I lose myself? Am I no longer myself and instead something else? But when I turn back, am I still me, or have I become a different version of me that will never be the same me as before?
As he's going on, Lunaretta will, she's gonna like gesture in the air, just sort of like a kind of get on with it motion, assumably towards Nimi.
I was gonna, yeah, no. When I get back, I do let you guys know telepathically that I am there.
You
That's
get
the
noticed.
conversation. Yeah, that's the conversation I come back to. I'm just gonna telepathically tell the group that I'm gonna go forward, and if anyone would like to sneak up with,
Uh,
Do note
I
that sneaking up
can.
here will be stealth at disadvantage.
Oh,
Because y'all
disadvantage.
are in a dead silent cave where everything echoes like fuck. They're not gonna see you because it's visible from Nimi, but they might hear you.
I have the boots of elven kind.
Oh, then you just be rolling normally.
Yeah,
But if anybody was with you,
Uh,
that's
there. I can't help anyone else.
oh wait, I think I have my MVP. I can spend that after I roll, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
MVP
cool.
is a reroll with advantage.
If
All
you
right, cool.
have disadvantage, it will just turn into a normal roll.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I will go ahead and roll stealth.
Above table if we
Okay,
want.
so Luna Retta is going with me.
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to sneak into that sheet.
You can see Keith is moving as well.
Above table, do y'all want Vidar to try and make another animal sound, or if anything goes wrong,
No.
I think we're good.
I'm gonna be quiet.
All right.
I love Vidar, so ow.
With disadvantage, I'm rolling with MVP, so it's a straight roll.
Nice.
All right. So,
Oh boy.
I'm not stealthing.
You're attempting. You're trying your hardest.
Let's
Oh
see. Have I
no.
rolled above a 10
How
today?
tall is the ceiling?
No.
Oh, it's about 10 feet up.
I'm going to be on the ceiling.
Oh boy, Lunaretta, do you have any clever ideas on why you crit failed? Because I can come up with one, but I want to give you the chance first.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, let me just refresh my memory. So, like, are we still just sort of going down a path, or is it like,
Yeah.
were we overlooking a ledge?
No.
Okay. I think what Lunaretta would do is that she would just sort of like try to crawl on all fours, but then for some reason, like without even really moving, she would just sort of like start sliding down the fucking slope, like maybe it'd be like fucking muddy and shit.
It's stone, it can't be. So as you're getting on all through, your instrument keeps hitting across the ground and going off. What instrument do you play?
What do I play? I think it's like a string instrument.
A
Let me
loot?
see. I have a pan flute, or I primarily play a lute.
So as you're going, the lute keeps catching on the rocks and strumming the lute. So there's literally, as you're going down, you just hear the sound of random lute strings going off behind you.
Mm.
Can I
I'm
get a
gonna stay
perception
on.
check from Nimi?
Yeah. Do I have any hero points? I do. I'm gonna use a hero point to negate my disadvantage. Where the fuck is my perception? Lunaretta, I love your character so much.
Nimi, you hear the talking suddenly stop as y'all are coming forward, and you definitely hear the sound of a sword being drawn.
I'm gonna stay on the ceiling and stay hidden.
You
Am
tell
I just sort of
Lunaretta.
blissfully aware, just kind of going towards it?
Yeah, you have no idea. You're just because you got the Pink Panther music going in your head, and the lute's just going with it.
Ba-dum, ba-dum,
Also,
ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Lunaretta is softly humming that, which is kind of echoing down the way.
Yep, there's.
Ba-da-ba.
Here's the thing: is that I I can't save Lunaretta from that. So I'm just sticking to the ceiling, trying not to get. It's 10 feet up, and I am like quite literally like pressed against the ceiling.
Yeah, y'all didn't make it more than 10 feet before this happens.
Yeah.
The rest of
So
the party, y'all can hear it as well.
yeah, I'm gonna
Shit,
keep
Lunar.
going.
Da-da, 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 da-da. As the rest
I
of the
imagine
party in the
she's
back.
getting so into it that she's even starting to do like a little jig as she's walking, just not even caring anymore about stealth.
Oracle just smacks himself in the forehead.
Vidar's
Yes.
still having an existential crisis.
And as he smacks himself in the forehead, Torkel just draws his sword because he knows what's about to happen.
Are you charge again? Or are you
Do I
remaining
hear?
back? You haven't heard anything from where you are. But you can definitely hear Lunaretta. And you're almost certain whoever's on the other side would have heard it too. Because it's not subtle. It's not like, ooh, a rock got stripped over. No, this bitch is singing. There's no mistaking that for a person, anything other than a person.
Yeah, Torkel would know that at this point they would have to be completely deaf not to hear it. So him rushing in ain't gonna change shit. So yeah, Torkel starts rushing in.
Are you gonna let out a roar?
No,
Try to scare him? So you're just charging through. Boom, 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 boom.
I ain't Tortufu. This is Torkel. I'm a smart
You're
fighter.
still a Goliath. You're pretty loud. You got them heavy footballs. What about the rest of the party? Is Nimmy, you can hear Torkel coming.
I'm gonna follow behind him.
I'm going to try and remain hidden on the ceiling.
Fair.
At the very least, my goal is to get down there and save Axie's ass if all goes to shit.
Okay. Torkel, as you're charging forward, you see that there's a light up ahead. It's not the best light, it's this kind of red glow. And you see just in the nick of time, there's a shadowy figure that steps out from an alcove, and you see a sword coming at you in the dark.
I will attempt to block it.
Need an acrobatics check.
All right. And I see it. So would this count toward my danger sense? Like
No, because that's saves. This is acrobatics.
Okay.
As you manage to duck it.
I don't just duck it. I fucking matrix that shit.
Whoa. He's
But you
starting to
see the
believe.
shadowy figure is big. Probably around 7 foot tall.
I'm going to kick it. I'm going to kick it straight for where I believe its beanbag is.
Gotcha. Make a strength check.
Strength check.
Or are you gonna kick it or use your weapon?
I'm kicking it.
You see they very nimbly dodge out of the way as their blades coming back towards y'all again. What is the rest of the party doing?
I'm vibing.
Vidar is clueless.
Oh, y'all can see and hear the fight. You'll also hear casters down the hall beginning chants.
Can Vidar hear over his existential crisis?
Well, you're 100 feet back. You didn't come along. So no.
Mhm.
Everybody else can hear it, though.
Yeah.
As it sounds like there's 2 casters. There's also the sound of a bow. How does the party respond?
I'm trying to get in their back line.
Okay. Xerxes, Torquil, Lunaretta?
I mean, I imagine I'm so. I mean, I
Torquil
imagine there's no
blew
like
past you.
outright threat
You're like
towards me,
right
right?
there. Oh yeah, there's definitely. You hear people casting spells to attack. There's a guy with a sword that just swung on Torquil who's next to you, and there's the sound of a bow being drawn.
Oh, no, this isn't the deep crevice. This isn't a brothel at all. I must have taken a wrong turn. I will just go back the other direction then. And she's gonna back away.
As Torquil, you feel an arrow slam into your shoulder. You're going to take 13 piercing damage.
Alright.
Lunaretta, you get hit by a firebolt. Not a firebolt, a blast of magic that slams into your chest, dealing 7 force damage.
Okay.
How does the party respond? You are currently in
I'm gonna
melee with
start
the fighter, and there's some backlines.
Are we just going into combat?
You know, they're in combat already. I just
Oh,
don't
there
have
was
maps,
no
so I'm not rolling initiative.
Oh, who fell?
Oh,
Ollie.
Oh, it was Ollie. Okay.
The audience has disappeared.
Yeah. Nimi is trying to get into the back line and trying to read whatever symbol it is, just so that she can, because the group's fighting, she's trying to make sure that something's not going to come out and fucking wreck her shit.
That is the symbol.
Ugh.
Do you see the etchings
Oh,
along the circular outside are all glowing red? It's where the red light is coming from.
do I know what that is?
It's a door, presumably.
Okay, is there something that I can roll to figure out what the fuck it is?
It would take some looking at, but we'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
Let's go back to the combat, guys. What are y'all doing?
Is it my turn yet? Or it's hard to tell without the thing.
Yeah, it's the party's turn, so y'all do what y'all want.
Okay, so Torquil was raged.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And
Trigger rage. The fighter's still in melee with you.
let me check something right quick. And it was a D8. Okay. Let's roll that D8. 2. I teleport right behind the fighter. I stab him in the back.
I believe that one requires you to be able to see, doesn't it?
Can't I see right now? Isn't there light?
Not really. You're just working with shadows.
Okay.
Because you don't really see them, you just see a shadowy figure. Because it's too dark to really see forms.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, you're right. So it's I teleport up to a 30-foot space I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't there a light? Isn't there light that I can see from like down below? Like, can I see that area?
I mean, there's the glowing door, but it's not enough to get proper light.
Okay, well I'm still raging, so I'm just gonna smash this guy with my sword.
Gotcha. Roll me an attack.
Reckless attack.
You managed to hit him. Give me damage. 16. As you feel, there's a lot of resistance from it. It's having trouble slashing into it.
Take
It's
that,
probably
you
resistance
shadowy
to.
bastard.
Xerxes and Lunaretta, what are you up to?
I'm blasting at the dude right in front of Torquil.
Gotcha. In the darkness, you miss.
has Zoe taken her turn yet?
Nimi's off looking for something else. She's not part of this.
Okay. I'll keep it simple. I'm just gonna whip out a rapier and would I be able to run up to one of the casters and just stab him?
Yeah, you'd be able to get past.
Okay, cool.
You get attack opportunity from the shadowy figure fighting Torquil.
Oh, he's right there?
Yeah, it's like maybe a 10-foot wide area.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna shove the rapier up his butthole.
He's in front of you.
I'm gonna shove it in his pee hole.
He manages to smack it out of the way with his own blade.
Bitch.
It is at that point Y'all hear a little squeak in the back. Wait!
Ah,
I think that's Lunaretta! It's
it
Nibby.
is.
You recognize that voice.
Who is it?
Merlin.
Oh, fuck. Orville, stand down. It's fucking Merlin.
Who the fuck is Mer? Oh, right. I remember. Sorry.
You know Merlin. He's the mouse.
As you hear another voice bark out for the light to be brought up, and you see a kobold strike a torch and hold it up, as y'all see Pleewee.
Oh.
Standing next to her, the mage, Sizzlewick is with her, and locked with Torquil is Toshinori,
Oh.
Oh,
the werewolf.
sorry about that, lad.
Maybe we could talk first and attack second.
I
Also, a
did.
Kuz drops from the ceiling.
Wait, were they like cloaked or something? Would I not
No.
have noticed them?
It's really dark. And the
I
light
have
was
dark
messing.
vision 60.
They jumped out in the dark. The other pair were further
Okay.
enough back that you couldn't really see them.
Okay.
Toshinori was up forward. And everything happened in about a split second. But, yeah. Y'all find y'all missing a member of his party. As the coup dropped from the goddamn ceiling. Y'all don't know how he got up there.
Huh.
But you see the two goblins in which Bale was talking about.
Yeah.
All
Nimmy's
right.
gonna drop next to Aku.
Hey! There you are. We thought something had happened to y'all.
She's then gonna drop invisibility.
Oh, there you are. Y'all alright?
We're alive.
We thought you might have gotten buried under all this.
I'm assuming you didn't see the flare then.
No, we've been down here. We thought you might be behind this doorway.
Can someone heal Torquil while I look at this? Xerxes, you said you were proficient in Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay. Come here, I'll give you a hand. We'll work together. And that's
Uh,
my way of saying you roll because you don't have disadvantage.
Before anyone touches Torquil with wasting a spell slot, Torquil will activate his what do you call it? The fucking
Second wind.
second wind. Yes, because I'm assuming we're gonna have some time to take a short rest, so I can you get that back for the short rest. So it's a D10 plus my fire level. So it's a D10. So let's see, 6, 7.
As y'all walk up, Sizzlewick pipes in. It's a dragon gate. I don't know what it's doing down here or how it got here. But they're a pain to get through.
Where does it lead?
No idea. We haven't managed to get through it.
I walk up to it and I pull on the handle as hard as I can.
Doesn't budge, and it also doesn't have a hand.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But then I push on it as hard as I can, knowing it's
doesn't
not
move.
going to do anything.
As you almost feel like the four dragons turn to look at you. Not their heads, but their eyes. As all four are glowing.
Can anyone
Ooh.
get a message?
What do you mean?
Nimmy is asked, does anyone have sending?
Y'all are not high enough level for that. I think it's a third level spell.
Yeah.
I have the imp. I can send him wherever I want.
Can you send him back to camp? Go have Bonnie and the rest come meet us down here.
Yeah, I can do that. and then I'm gonna do that.
It will take several hours before he is back because y'all are a good
I was
distance
gonna
from
say
here.
that's the only thing is he does have to actually fly, so it's not like, you know.
At the very least, let Bonnie know what's going on down here. So
Then I do that.
Vale hits at you, not enjoying being the errand boy, but he does head off. He says something about it going to enjoy your soul later.
In my defense, I paid good money for him technically.
just the cost of your soul.
No, the cost of summoning him. The spell requires like a small bit of gold.
Fair.
At this point, y'all just hear a "Where'd everyone go?" from Vidar.
Oh, right.
She takes you by the arm, Vidar, and brings you down it as she lets the flame burn in her hand again.
He follows along like a lost little puppy.
Our favorite himbo.
But what would the party like to do? Y'all are faced with the door.
Hmm. Well, there are dragons upon it, and it seems to have some kind of intelligence. Let's try this. And Leonardo's gonna clear her throat, and she's gonna be trying to say a bunch of phrases in Draconic. Basically a bunch of different phrases relating to open.
Fair. Xerxes, with your role, you do remember hearing something about dragon gates like these. Usually they are almost impossible to pass without either powerful magic or dragon's blood.
Hmm. How specific?
Which bit?
Oh no, I just meant the dragon's blood bit.
Oh.
I mean, obviously it makes sense, but I mean, like, I was just saying, like,
Like
it's
the
not like we're
main
gonna
way to
have.
unlock it is dragon's blood, but there is powerful magic that can be used to circumvent it.
I was just saying, like, that's something that's very unlikely that we would just have. You know what I mean? That's what I meant by something specific.
Ah, yeah.
I'm assuming you um
He didn't say anything, so no.
yeah, that's why I'm asking if
Okay,
you
well,
did.
hold on. Okay. Then yes, I'm gonna relay this to the party.
Go ahead
I
and
Hmm.
relay it.
ask, you guys wouldn't happen to have any dragon's blood, would you?
Orc
Uh,
will look over at Lunaretta.
I mean, she's gonna be going to her
Dragonborns
bag.
don't. Yeah, dragonborns don't count as dragons.
Wait. Let's try it out, and then she's gonna pull a rag from her bag.
You have a rag.
And she's gonna take a dagger and just very on like the prick of her finger, just sort of let it drop onto the rag, and then she's gonna eh, throw it at the gate and see if anything happens.
It just kind of lands in front of it.
Oh, God damn it! She's gonna run up and then like
But you do
from
notice
where it
as you're
landed, she's
looking
gonna
at
throw it
that,
again.
in front of it there is another inscription.
Hmm.
That does look like some kind of circle. Not a full magic circle, but it almost looks like a swirling yin yang.
Hmm. Hmm. I've seen this before. Many a nights. Hmm.
Aye, go on.
It seems as if we will need another uh attractive looking dragonborn, and then me and this other attractive dragonborn must be in the cave by our lonesome in order to perform a specific, unique ritual.
I feel like I'm taking the piss now.
What kind of
No,
ritual is it?
it is a very sacred. But based on this image I am seeing, it is a very sacred form. It is a very
Lunaretta.
powerful magic.
Lunaretta.
What?
Gosh. Nimmy's gonna turn and look at Axie. Wait for a response.
Maybe. Not sure. You see Axie is going to pat Vidar on the arm and move forward, crouching in front of the markings on the ground. And she is going over them.
I guess another question is, do we actually want to get through it?
Do we know what's supposed? Hold on. Do we know what's supposed to be behind it?
Oh God, I have the hiccups. Nimmy shakes her head.
You do hear from Pleely. Well, with it being down here and the camp having just been above, I'll take a wild guess and say there's a pretty good chance this is what the cult was looking for.
So, do we want to open it? We could always just flood the cave, make sure it never sees the light of day again.
The cave's open, even if we flood it, it's still going to be down here.
And think about the ecosystem you'll be destroying. All the little creatures and vegetations that will be killed and will now have to suffer.
Vidar, do you understand what could be behind that door?
Can I be honest and say no? I have no idea what the cult is trying to do.
There is another problem, you hear from Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
There is extreme amounts of fiendish energy coming through the door. It's filling the hallway. I think something's got out inside. Or at least something's awake in there. They think the devastation above may have caused something to go on inside.
Is there a good chance that whatever is inside is able to break out?
If it's a powerful enough fiend, perhaps, but there's no way to know for certain.
Unless we open it.
Correct.
Is there a way we could lock it down?
I don't know. Not without knowing what's going on. But the door for now is locked. It looks like it's a dual seal. A dragon seal and something else.
I'm gonna see if I can help Axie figure out what that other seal is.
I want to say Vidar tries to help as well, but I don't know if he'd actually be able to help. He's gonna try though.
Said it was a dragon and something else, so the goal right now is to figure out what the something else is. Is that something we can roll?
Yeah, Axie's working on it. But what's the rest of the
Okay.
party while they're looking up to?
Torkel doesn't have a first clue about any of this magical nonsense. Just because that's a magic eye doesn't mean he knows shit.
Magic eye? Cult? This is the first time hearing about like any of this.
Yeah, Torkel has a magical eye.
No, I was just joshing, you know. Like I was just saying, like in character, you know. I kind of picked it up from context clues, but also when you pulled it out at camp, I do remember.
Oh
that
yeah, I
actually.
forgot you were here for that.
I do remember that now, actually.
But as y'all are looking through, Axie does continue muttering. Merlin and Sizzlewick are also here to assist. And they seem to be bouncing ideas off each other. And y'all do manage to get a short rest. So use any short rest abilities y'all would like. But
Would
I
that
have a thing.
be an hour or
an hour, yeah.
Okay, good. Then I can use the second aspect of chef.
I'm going to be spending one of my hit dice.
Okay.
And I'll be doing Song of Rest for that.
And Vidar is going to make 2 special treats.
We have 5 plus 1d6. So I get 9 back. Nice. Very nice.
But as y'all are waiting, one of the conclusion they seem to be going in, it definitely looks like it is a blood ritual. One side needing the blood of dragons, and the other needing the blood of one of the mortal races. They think man is probably going to be the best bet. However, as they do not have access to it, they're pretty sure, yes, one of the other races might work. Lunaretta's blood probably won't work, and Torquil's probably won't work. Not Xerxes definitely won't, but Vidar or Nimi might.
Am I still considered mortal?
It's the closest they can get, so there's where they might.
Man.
Vidar's going to honestly probably take out one of his scimitars and like slice the palm of his hand and just
You
start
see actually grab your wrist. No. Upper arm. Cut the upper part of your arm, not the center of your palm. You know how hard it's going to be to hold the blade if you do that.
Nimi is going to back so far away from Vidar at the moment.
I just realized I was muted there. At the mention of cutting his upper arm, Vidar will do that right away.
She also still has a hold of your wrist as she's waiting for Nimi to back fully out of the way.
Nimi gets the fuck out of the way and just stops breathing.
And at the mention of it being hard to hold a weapon while the palm is injured, he will say, I feel like my mother told me that once. I really need to remember that.
She is going to take a smear of it with a cloth, then bandages your arm before taking the bloodied cloth and setting it over one of the central points of the circle. Not the circle, one of the yin yangs. Before she slices her own arm and repeats the process. Putting it on the other circle. Does anybody do anything while she's doing this?
Nimi is going to inform Xerxes, and actually she's just gonna say to the group telepathically, just inform them we're trying Axes due to the fact that she's a dragon blood sorcerer. Probably the closest we've got at the moment.
Well, she'll go back and slaughter one of the dragons.
That's what I was gonna mention. I was gonna say, don't we actually like know where dragons are? To be fair,
Yeah, but they're babies.
that's
Yeah.
also, to be fair, a
And
long walk. So I mean,
so there is another reason why Nimi had you send the imp back to camp.
yeah.
But as
Oh my god, we have Doot.
Oh yeah, we could bring him for all his blood, yeah.
Oh.
But y'all see the blood start to expand, turning into little fountains of blood as more and more of it appears from the ground as it starts to go into grooves along the yin yang, swirling out. Vidar's blood swirling into the other section, filling the small circle it was in, and then filling up the entirety of the other yin yang. While Axes does the same on the other side. As you see, they are slightly different colors, and they start to swirl, one bright, bright red and one much darker. And as y'all do, you see the blood start to also rise up the side of the pillars, making the red glow that is everywhere really start to glow, to the point where y'all are really seeing more off of this glow than off the torches around y'all. And then, after the pillars have been completely covered in their etchings, the etchings on the outside of the door start to fill slowly. As Torquil, you're starting to feel woozy.
Hey, what the hell is going on here?
Not Torquil, Vidar, sorry. Vidar is starting to feel woozy.
Surprisingly, I don't think Vidar will say anything. It will probably be very visible to anyone who's looking at him that he feels woozy.
Oh no, the my my philosophical questions seem to have hit, damaged his brain a little.
Nimi's. Sorry, go ahead, Lunaretta.
V- Vidar, I did. Are you all well?
Is the room spinning for anyone else, or is that just me?
I don't believe so. You know, this is reminding me of the cave allegory. Nope, never mind. Just maybe you need to sit down for a while.
He will plop down with a decent thud.
Nimi's gonna go stand next to Axie.
You see she has leaned against the wall, as she seems to be suffering the same. Her breathing is
Nimi's
becoming
going
more labored.
fair.
You could also see the bandage on her arm is starting to stain with blood.
Can I put two and two together and think that this is probably leaching the blood out of their bodies?
Oh yeah, you've seen this kind of thing before. This is definitely blood loss.
Sizzlewick and Merlin are gonna get. It's taking more blood than they gave.
You see they're both scrambling to try to stop it, but they're unsure of exactly what to do. And before they can really get anything done, the blood reaches the maws of the dragons, and you see all the maws open, and then the door clicks. As it seems ready to open whenever you are ready. Toshinori looks around. We'll need to decide who's going through. The rest of
Vidar's
us can
go.
form a fallback point here.
Nimi looks at Axie and just gives a, "You're not gonna let me leave you here, are you?"
There might be another door. As she steadies herself, pushes herself back up, she looks a little bit paler, but no less determined than she always is.
Vidar is going to try and stand up himself to go through as well.
The pair of you have each lost 20 HP.
Oh, fun.
Nimi is then going to say, "If there's another door, Vidar, I'm taking your spot."
He's going to put a fist over on his chest and go, I am me mother's big strong boy. I can handle. It is fine.
Nimi just gives you a look of, you don't get to fight me on this.
He doesn't say anything.
Fair. But who will y'all bring with you? Who will you leave behind? You'll have two
We open-
slots. Currently, you'll have Keith and Axie active, but now you'll have Aku, Pliwi, Sizzlewick, and Toshinori to switch in if you would like.
I do not recall who Haku is.
Aku,
He's a frontliner.
the front
Aku's a
line
frontliner.
fighter. He's the goblin. He's friends
Oh,
with
Aku.
he's friends with
Ruben.
Ruben. He really hasn't been around too much.
He keeps getting fucked up. So Axie is going to come with us, but I'm going to advocate that we actually fill her spot with someone else so that she's not an active combatant.
You'll also have Merlin who can join the sidekicks without a problem.
And we get two sidekicks.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Dude's
we
one
have
of them.
Doot.
Yeah, I was gonna say so we
Yeah.
can still bring Dude.
So Doot and Merlin.
I'll be honest, I don't really know most of the NPCs, so I will leave that to the people with more knowledge of them.
I'm going to recommend that we switch out, like, even though Axie's coming with us, I'd say switch her out with Toshinori.
How many? Yeah, we're down one frontliner. I think Toshinori needs to come.
Mhm.
You'll also have Sizzlewick, who is the Abjuration Wizard, who can shore up holes in the front line and back line.
He'd be good too. How many slots are we to have? Because I'm fine with Toshinori and him, but like
You have two
I'd
active
like
slots. Keith is right now in one of them, but you can leave him behind.
I think really blind.
I wouldn't mind leaving Keith here with the rest and bringing in Sizzle. Because I don't think that this is going to be a stealth mission.
So y'all want Sizzlewick and Toshinori?
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
good.
Fair. Aku is going to take lead here as Merlin shifts from Aku's shoulder over to Sizzlewick, so they'll be in the back. And they are ready to move. You see Keith pairs up with Pliwi watching the entrance, and they are ready to deal with whatever comes.
Nimi's going to act as a stability for Axie.
She is going to nod, but she is determined to come with you.
Stubborn kid.
Stubborn friend. But once y'all are ready and you'll push open the door, the moment y'all decide to go close to it, it suddenly opens on its own, moving on silent hinges, despite the stone of the door being about 1.5 feet thick.
Let's get this over with.
Y'all can feel extreme amounts of heat blowing up out of the tunnel. Or the hallway, because you see it goes down pillars on each side, torches immediately lighting as the door opens.
Well, Torquil, did you want to go first with Toshinori?
No one better, right? Let's do it.
Toshinori draws his blade and he starts to move forward, ready to deal with whatever is coming.
Nimi follows with Axie.
Vidar follows. Probably Torquil, to be honest.
Alright, so we're trading one dark hole for another one.
I just realized something I meant to check whenever we were at the base camp. Damn it.
As y'all are continuing down and down, you'll see another door. And this one, unlike the first, opens as soon as you approach. As you open up onto this large platform that's maybe 30 by 30 feet, as you walk into a chamber full of magma. But the magma isn't y'all's biggest problem. As you see, across the way there is another door, but more importantly, the room is full of fiends. And off to the left, a rift. The demons know, or the fiends know that you are here, as the door is not quiet this time when it opens. And they turn to look at you.
That
And
rift
you
effect
know
is really cool.
things are about to go very, very badly. But as for how badly, we'll leave that for next time. So, good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun, and I am glad you were here with us this week. For those that were listening in, I thank you as well, and I hope everybody is around for next time to see just how this goes and as they try to find what on earth the cult was looking for. Y'all have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye.